In continuing studies. This is Dan Roberts.
Production funding by Great American Treasures, historic places showing how America became America, preserved by the National Society of the Colonial Dames of America. Travel and tour opportunities on the web at greatamericantreasures.org. A Moment in Time with Dan Roberts is produced at the University of Richmond with the cooperation of WCVE Public Radio. Our theme music is composed by BJ Liederman. Our sound engineer is Robert Richards. Transcripts, podcasts, audio, and video are available at amomentintime.com.
It's Wednesday morning here on KSJE, and it is time to take our weekly trip to the Encouragement Lab. And there he is, standing by in the lab this morning, Dr. Mike Hattabaugh. Good morning.
Morning.
Thank you for being with us. And this week, we're going to talk about emotions, huh?
Emotions, a different way to think about your emotions. Man, in my coaching business, I've encountered this a lot recently, and there seems to be this mindset shift that people are needing to make and they're not making when it comes to their emotions.
Interesting. Okay. Well, tell me more.
Tell you more. Yeah. So here's the deal: is that
I'm wearing mine on my sleeve today, so be careful.
All right. So when we experience conflict in relationships of any kind, whether it's at work or at home or
Yes.
anywhere, we often think that the solution to the conflict is if I could just get rid of these negative emotions. If I just wasn't angry at you, if I could, if we could just figure out to where I'd never be angry at you, we'd fix everything.
Okay. Right. Well.
Right. And I want to first say it's okay to desire that. Right. That's the desire, but we are created with emotions. And emotions are a natural consequence that, we know that our brain's going to experience them. So one of the things that I share often with people that are struggling with conflict is, quit trying to fix the conflict with, by saying, I want the emotions to go away. Instead, embrace the emotion, but realize that it's your external reaction to the emotion that's causing the damage.
Okay.
Not the emotion that's causing the damage. It's, I feel pain or anger or whatever, so I want you to feel that, so I'm going to say something or do something that's going to make you feel as bad as I do.
Okay.
And long-term in relationships, what you don't know is that, it's death by 1,000 cuts. And so what I tell people is quit trying to fix the emotion. I just want the emotion to go away. Instead, acknowledge the emotion and say, how else can I channel that emotion? So here's an example.
Okay.
The couples that I coach a lot, I'll say, look, it's okay to get mad at your spouse or your partner, but go in the other room and yell into a pillow. Instead of yelling at them, go shut the door and scream into a pillow sometimes. Or go write those feelings in a journal that you never share with your partner.
Okay.
Because so often we want to fix somebody's emotions, and they're not fixable. Because, I always say this to my class. I've been married 33 years, and I say, look, there are some mornings I wake up, roll over, look at my wife, and go, yuck, I don't like you today.
Right.
And guess what? She's still sleeping.
Right.
She's done. So sometimes I just have negative emotions that I wake up with. And if I express those and I project those onto my partner, then I'm not helping our relationship. Instead, I need to realize it's okay that I have these emotions. I don't know why sometimes I have them, but I need to take them somewhere else and dispose of them. So think of emotions, negative emotions, sometimes like the trash.
Okay. Right.
You don't go in your living room and just dump your fast food trash on the floor when you're done. At least I hope you don't.
No. Right.
You go and you put it in the garbage can where it belongs.
Right.
And sometimes our negative emotions need to just go in a garbage can.
Interesting. Okay. I can see that. And I guess in all fairness, Dr. Hattabaugh, we should probably say your wife probably does the same thing to you in the mornings?
Oh, I'm sure more than I do it.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
I usually deserve it, though.
I see. Okay. But if we do that and keep those things maybe to ourselves, does that mean we never talk about these negative emotions with our partners?
No, and let me just say that for some of our audience today, this is the wrong advice, because some of our audience always hides their emotions.
I see.
They cover up, they bury everything.
Okay.
So this advice is not for them.
Got you.
This is for people that are experiencing raw conflict. in relationships.
Okay.
Why can we not, why do we fight about the same things over and over and over and over again?
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, it's because you're expressing too much of your emotions to each other, and you need to realize that sometimes you need to just let it go. Because what happens is we end up fighting about the hurt. It's like, well, you hurt my feelings.
Right.
And it's not really we solved what our problem was.
Right. That's not the underlying issue, is it?
No.
If we're fighting about that all the time. So
like I said, that's more for this, is that, and I will tell you that when I experience people that are having true disagreements, this almost always is helpful. Now, if you're avoiding, that's a whole nother topic. Maybe we'll talk about that next week. Because
okay.
Avoidance of emotions is just as damaging long term, but it's we're going to stuff everything in the closet until it explodes one day. Or this tends to happen in relationships, is we're going to stuff everything in the closet until it's so full of junk that we just go, you know what? I'm not even going to dig through that. I'm going to find a whole new closet. I'm going to find a different partner, and we don't, and then we repeat that cycle over and over. So again, humans are funny, but we tend to do one or the other.
Right.
Naturally, that's why the term passive aggressive exists. Is some of us are more naturally passive, and some of us are more naturally aggressive, and we waffle, between those two. But this is more for our aggressive behavior.
Okay.
Is sometimes you need to go get rid of that emotion, dump it in the trash can where it goes.
Good advice. All right. Very good. Dr. Hadabot, thank you for joining us this week.
You're welcome.
We will talk to you again next Wednesday.
See you then.
All right. Well, take care. That's Dr. Mike Hadabot. He is with us every Wednesday from the Encouragement Lab right here on KSJE, Farmington.